Hi, YouTube. Hey, I know this might be a little out there, especially after the whole YouTube hack. This might be the first video back. I don't know. The editors have been working on 1,001 things. Appreciate y'all coming on in. Everyone new and old and lurkers and everyone in between. You guys are the absolute fucking goats. And you guys are what makes this channel fucking amazing. And you guys on YouTube as well. Please leave a comment. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for being there. And with that being said, let's go right into it. Bruh. Let's talk about that a little bit. Have you guys ever had a professor like that? That no matter what, you always knew whenever you interacted with them that they were going to either test you or maybe have a bad interaction with you or try and go ahead and cause some sort of like a point of contention, right? Or a point of like, what would be conflict right now. Actually, I'll be straight up, there's been some professors that have straight up told some of my friends and I, and some friends that you guys know, I don't like you guys. I don't like you guys, and I'm going to make it hard for you guys to pass. Straight up. Straight up told us the first day, So being able to actually deal with that, yeah, it's oof. And I do want to bring this up because conflict resolution is a very important skill to have. And it's one of the most important elements to go ahead and take in. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there to you guys as well, which is, even when it comes to this show, I'm really curious. Have you guys met or have you guys seen? Because I don't really watch a lot of reactors out there, reaction channels or whatnot. Are there reactors or reaction channels out there that legitimately shit on Frieren or hate on Frieren or drop the show altogether, or we're like, this is such a tropey show, it's garbage, it's a tropey show, or like they're trying to go ahead and bring out like random elements of shit on Frieren or this show in general? I'm really kind of curious. Like, I don't watch those kinds of reactions. No, neither. I'm just asking because while there is positivity and there are like channels out there, reaction channels and aspects out there that like you can take this show and you can like legitimately analyze it for hours and hours. There are other people out there who might only look at the negatives or only look at like the rough sides, only carried by animation. Oof, oof. Oof, most reactors will be positive no matter what. I thought there was a big reaction channel that got a little bit of hate for their opinions on Frieren. I'm pretty sure that's anyone fucking out there. But my number one thing is, with this show in particular, Frieren is a big journey of time of self, right? Frieren is a journey of introspection. And that's why I want to go ahead and highlight this, which is, if you're only finding the negatives in this show, how do you introspect in life? And this is a legitimate question for you guys. For you, how do you do your best introspection? What times do you have the ability to look at? I'll be straight up with you. Sometimes my moments of best introspection are in the shower. I'm taking a shower, bro, and that, like, what I think is 5 minutes is actually 15 minutes of me deep in thought, thinking like, holy crap, this is what's happened. Or sometimes on a very cloudy day where it's raining. Some of the best moments that I witnessed for myself when I start introspecting on stuff. Of course, after a moment when you mess up, so on and so forth, the natural causes. But when trying to sleep, yeah, for some people sleep, and for others as well. But Frieden's journey, and when you take your dog out to a walk, yeah, 100% alone, mostly walking at night. Oh, Leah, do you need a hug, bro? Here's a hug. Yeah, I'm like, get in here. Shower when I try to sleep, kind of same. Idling without distractions. Yeah, figured Ed thinking when his brain is on liquid cooling. Truly, it truly is. My thing is, this is a personal aspect of myself, is we all introspect in different manners. We all take introspection in different ways to formulate aspects of ourselves and organize ourselves. Frieren is a show where we're seeing this progression come naturally. We're not seeing anything over the top. This isn't no fucking Jujutsu Kaisen extra Blu-ray edition. Everything is a fucking fight scene. No. This journey was never meant to be this way. This is quite literally a big introspective journey. And I feel like once you've hit heartbreaks and like journeys of life where you've been legitimately at the lowest points of your life and going through aspects that you need to reconcile with yourself, That's when the introspection starts. So, for example, I'm going to ask this question, and I want you guys to take this as a legitimate moment as well on YouTube. How many of you are afraid of being alone for the rest of your life? Exactly. This is just an adventure, or a journey, not just an adventure. Perfect. That's best words. You? Yeah. How many of you are afraid of never being enough? I'm good. I do like to take the walk, but I can still take the hug. Oh, Leah. How many of you are afraid of never being enough? How many of you are worried maybe that you will never meet the qualifications that others may set on you, whether that's society, your friends, your employers, whatnot? How many of you maybe even believe, you know what? I'm legitimately stupid. I am ignorant. I am uneducated. Whatever. There are people out there who go every single day with these thought patterns where they're like, I am not enough. I can never be loved. Whatnot. And we are turned into our own worst critics. In this journey of introspection, especially as you keep growing through it, you start having different checkpoints in your life where you come back and you challenge this schema. Are you enough? Can you love? Are you worthy? Will you be alone forever, or will you find comfort in your own presence, in the presence of others? Frieren, so far, this show has tackled these themes beautifully in a way that I have not seen other shows tackle. In a way where, yes, there's laughter, yes, there's Fern pouting, and there's Stark with the super strength and the action scenes and stuff, but oof, I'm used to, but I've been able to bounce back, fortunately. And I'm glad, and I'm proud of you for being able to bounce back. Can I even love anyone? But there are people out there who take this with them, and next thing they know, they're 40 years old, 45 years old, 50, 60, 70, however many years old. Their kids have moved out, their partner has died, and they're like, who am I really? Because everything that I've learned to do, all the titles that I've had are gone from me. All the titles that I've had are gone from me. Being a husband, okay, but my partner's no longer here. Oh, being a dad, but my kids are all grown up and they're no longer in the house. Oh, being a whatever, all of a sudden once you start, and it's not just husband, could be a wife, could be a partner, could be whatever you want to go ahead and identify it as. What happens at the end of the day when you're left with your last title of being yourself? Are you comfortable with all the actions and who you are currently? And if not, what are you going to do to improve yourself? And we're seeing Frieren take this journey right now. We're seeing Frieren being able, since episode 1, start taking this journey of self-improvement and challenging this schema. And this is why I fucking love this show, dude. Whoo! Sorry, guys. I don't mean to come in with fucking fire. I don't mean to come in with fire and be like, guys, let's cook together. This song has literally just been about the new generation. It's been this whole new song has been about the new generation that's coming. Clear up the sky, let the flowers bloom. It's fucking burning! Daughters. Oh my god, brother. Oh no. Oh no. It was so obvious. Oh, peak, bro. Oh, and mommy too. There is something that this show has done that I feel like a lot of other shows haven't done. I'm going to touch on it because it reflects on this theme perfectly, right? I wish I would have spent more time with my grandparents. One of the clear messages that comes through from this opening, yes, the new generation is coming, but sometimes how that old generation still has knowledge that can impact us and shape the way that we do things. And even looking at the messages of Frieren still being there and those echoes from the past having ripples into the future and how it's affecting us currently, and how Frieren being the lore keeper of what's happened in the past and how those strategies and tips and tricks and what's worked for her and the dungeons when she was doing has now affecting this new generation. It's a beautiful transition to see, man. Oh, find meaning in everything, the anime. It really is, Seashell. And that's why I find this show beautiful. It's almost like, I don't know, man. It's like a big love letter. And I feel like this is not just a big love letter. It's like, it has elements that we come to know, right? People can call it tropey. But this love letter is done with a careful consideration of what the past is and what the future may be. So, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you guys see Psyculturist Shippuden, whoever that might be, my grandson or my son or daughter, whoever, just know that like we're making a fucking wave right now. And those ripples might go way further into the future that we may know. I started to call my grandmother after every week after watching you in this show. I realized how little I knew. Oh, Minnie. Oh, oh. It doesn't feel tropey to me at all. It does not feel tropey to me at all. Fat, thanks so much for the sub, man. I love you, brother. Oh, you're a goat. Oh, shit. Hmm. Hmm. You know, chat. Ah. You know, chat. She picked something up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The dexterity in her, the dexterity in her toes. You know, the animator's giving us one final gift. It's amazing, right? And for me, looking at this, right, I'm looking at this and I'm like, first off, does drive and ambition mean everything? Damn, I wish I was that pedal. And no, and feet for free. I ain't doing that. But like, when it comes to the scenarios, particularly, right? And I do want to go and throw this out there. Does an individual that you work with have to be full of like drive and ambition, or can people coast by literally just being? Patitas para mí, oil to me. Dang. Mm. Mm. So if she can read your thoughts, I want to use this as a case study. It's fake. It's fictitious. Twitter, don't come after me for saying this. She can read your mind like that. What if you go in with horny thoughts or lewd thoughts, right? Does she call it out and confront you with it? Or is she more like you're not fit to be a mage immediately and kicks you out? Right? And if so, why? Because what if that is a drive and ambition for some people? Right? And that's one of the key elements through that, right? Because people often confuse lust or aspects of like gluttony or greed or whatnot as drive when it's not. And that's mm, immediate failure, fail. Imagine having a failure kick. Then gets fucking based only for a moment in the past. But that's my main element through this, right? Before we touch on Ubal, like if you show up in this environment, right? Number one, what do they want out of this? If they're challenging you already, right? Why are they challenging you on certain elements that might not necessarily like be like not necessarily appropriate, but be valued for other people, right? Because most other people value you based on rank, ability, whatnot. And then hers is just ambition and drive at the moment, which she allowed him to do because she still has some left. Interesting, very very fucking interesting character altogether. Damn. Mm. Send in a fucking clone. Ubil, just exist. You pass. To be fair, same. How many? Okay, how many of you guys would pass Ubil just by seeing her? Like you just took one look at her and you'd be like, pass. Like she just gives off the vibe, you know. Not smash. Am I? God bless Ubil. Yeah, but in a situation like this though. And this is one of the key elements I'm trying to bring up. How long is this architecture, this foundation, going to realistically last? We've seen that this was set up in less than 100 years. How long will it last before it crumbles away and is nothing again? Does Frieren realistically even need this, like, you know, the whole aspect of like, oh, because I've seen some people DM me or send random fucking messages on Twitter being like, Frieren is not a first class mage. This shows blah, 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 blah. I don't think she even needs to be any of this. Foundations come and go. She is pretty much of a constant for a good while. No, she doesn't. She didn't even want to. Yeah, that's the main element there. God damn, brother. God damn. God damn, dude. He wasn't even there. It's all fake. That's all fictitious. Am I the real Ed? Or is the real Ed out there still fucking interviewing teachers? God. Bro doing remote work. Pandemic mode activate. That's so good. I ain't even gonna lie. Bro did a Zoom exam. Oh, dude, I'm fucking crying. That is so fucking good. It just shows like the quality of like scale, or like the quality and scale, rather well said, that it takes to become a first class mage, right? Bro fought a full team battle from another post. That's just fucking amazing. Wow. Mm. Oh God. Oh God. Now, Sari, let me go ahead and throw out a new magic spell and see if you can work it in for us. The spell's called, and I'm sure some of you guys might know it. I don't know if you guys might know it. It's called Mind Break. It's a spell, right? It's a spell. It's either good or bad, right? It's just called Mind Break, yeah? Um, nah, it's an ancient spell now. That's weak sauce. And why giving Siri attack? Hey Siri, you want to know? I'll give you one of my magical books you've never read in exchange for one of yours. Yeah, Siri, you ready? It's called Metamorphosis. I'm over here fucking done. I'm thinking of ways to like break the Siri, dude. I'm thinking of ways that would make her just be like, "What the fuck?" I wonder what it does. Oh, that's so good, dude. That is so good. Stop it. You'll mind breaker. Fail. Oh. 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 I mean, to be fair, to be fair, I know because she wasn't intimidated or concerned. They're married now. To be fair, here's one of my big elements that I'm still thinking about. Future orientation. 200 or 100 years. Actually, here comes. What happens if Frieren reaches the end and she doesn't want to come back? And time is passing outside of this zone or whatever zone she's in, heaven, whatever you guys want to call it. They come out and, you know, absolute power corrupts. My mind is going into a very fucked up telling as to like, oh, Frieden goes to heaven, goes and visits fucking Himmel, and is having a hard time breaking away from that. She's like, they're having all this moment. Maybe Fern's there and Stark's there too, but outside time is moving at such a quicker rate than inside. And she comes out and people are just fucking corrupted altogether. Or it doesn't even have to be that far. Oh, my mind's going fucking wild. Yeah, the end. Yeah, my mind's going fucking wild here, brother. My mind's going wild. Sorry, apologies on that one. My mind just, it started overclocking and trying to make up possibilities. I'm like, ooh, ooh. Yatta. Hmm. Oh, Denkin. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, no, 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 brother. Oh, my heart. The fact that you still open up to them and you still show that empathy. Denkin is one of the most based fucking men out there, man. The parallels, yes, August, 100%. 100%. Mm-hmm. Oh. Grandpa Denkin. That's right. That's right. Stark doesn't know. The entire time I'm like, wait, does Stark know who Denkin is? And like all of a sudden, yeah, that makes sense as to why he would be fucking reacting this way. But also, I do want to bring this up. This element of Denkin being so caring towards others, right? Denkin literally being so fucking like adorable and like taking care of others when he doesn't need to. Why do you guys think that is? Why do you guys think that Denkin is like legitimately coming up time and time and time again and like showcasing like, hey, just because we're enemies on the field once doesn't mean that we're enemies forever. Empathy, 100%. It's impossible to not like him after this because he's old. Is it just because he's old or because he's trying to go ahead and teach them something? He's got money to spare. Oh. Oh, brother. Brother. Oh. Oh. Just fucking put me in already. Holy shit, dude. Oh. Dead kid. So he never remarried. He never had kids. No grandkids. If the grave is in the other side and he's going over there, do you think this is his final journey? Do you think this is like spending more money like unnecessarily? Like, all this like wisdom and whatnot. He has a little bit of ambition left, a little bit of a drive. Is this his final journey to reach this? Oh, I'm not all right. I am not okay. I'm already going through the ending song. Holy shit. I don't think he's that old yet. Was it? Mm. 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 God. God. What an amazing way. Again, Frieren does this beautifully of using the background music to transition us, using the background music to literally leave a moment of silence. To and like, for us to just listen to it and be like, okay, and we're moving through with it. This show does this fucking spectacularly, right? The fact that he's leaving a legacy, he's leaving care. And by the way, I'm not just talking about buying cookies and spending money that way. I'm talking about like someone of his capacity with, I don't know how to put it. For a lot of people, time is valuable. Spending this time with them might be worth a lot more than we think. Oh, bruh. Mm. which does bring up an interesting element, just character wise, because none of these characters are flat, right? Except for maybe Frieren. But interesting character moment here. Um, that was a really bad joke. That was so bad. That was a pretty bad joke. I'll take that back. I'll fucking saw that one coming. You insult my girl. Hey, I am a believer in equality and everything. I love all boobas, man. Flat is justice, exactly. That hurt. Hey, I believe in all booba equality, Leah. You know, I believe all boobas are worthy of applause, right? I believe. Start going into speech about boobas here? No. But I guess that the main element that I wanted to go ahead and touch on here. We all have our reasons for stepping up. We all have our reasons for trying to go ahead and take charge and defend or do whatever we think is right. For you guys, if someone was threatening your home, how far would you go to defend it? If you were of the mentality, I need to do this, otherwise my home is at risk, how far would you go? By home, I mean all your loved ones, all your everything. How far would you go in that regard? For this moment, I have a weapon collection. Stay strapped. Yeah. With that mentality, pretty far, I'm sure. Sí, una cervecita, algo para detener el hambre, ¿no? Not too far, I would say. The ground is going to be, well, was watered. I'll share this. And I guess I'll share this as a way to go out and showcase this. I can empathize with people. I really, really love helping people. I really love. You guys have heard. You guys know one of my main mottos is trying to go out and help people. You know, get out of homelessness, find the supportive living, literally like help them better themselves in any way, shape possible, work through their trauma. 1001 things. When I was 18, 19, around there, my parents had gone off to what is like Mexico. We'll put it that way. It was just my brother and I. It was close to midnight. We were like about to go to bed because we were just playing video games. We were playing, I think it was like, we were playing PS2 games that night because he was just there and he was like, fuck it, we're just going to play video games. We were playing Budokai Tenkaichi, I believe. And it was Budokai Tenkaichi 2, if I remember correctly. We had just gotten done and we're like, hey, you know what? Like, let's go ahead and put everything away when we heard the black window break. Never in a million years did I think without speaking, without a word, a whisper, whatnot. You guys want to know what we did? Immediately. Do you guys know why? Lena, thanks so much for the sub. Because we know our house better than they know than them. Oh, let me turn my fucking fan. It's hot in here. Because we know our house better than they would know our house. Taking all lights off, taking everything down, and literally just challenging them in the dark while we called the cops and everything. Oh, it turned a really, really bad decision to come into a house unarmed where two people really, really know martial arts and they've been practicing their entire lives. But nonetheless, how far would you go? How far would you go to defend yourselves or your loved ones or whatnot in that environment? That's why I bring that up, right? Call the ambulance, but not for me. uh, do you like this? Holy shit. Oh. 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 Yeah. It's the small stories, the small actions. Garazone, thanks so much for the follow, man. I appreciate it. It's the small stories that we share that carry a huge fucking impact. I told you guys it's been a heavy week this week. I was driven to tears earlier this week for kind of a happy reason, but also a way of being like, fuck, bro. Came back a couple years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, somewhere around there. I think it was 3 years ago. I started doing counseling therapy, a bunch of stuff here in the States before I was doing it abroad. Needless to say, I've gone through hundreds, if not like hundreds of cases doing therapy, helping people out with substance use issues, group counseling, you name it. At the start of this week, now that I'm, a much bigger position than I was previously in helping everyone out, someone, because we have a walking corridor was full of therapists and case managers and all of this stuff. And I was walking by doing my checks, making sure everyone was okay. And all of a sudden, I heard someone shout my name. And they ran over to me, and it was like, I hadn't seen them in forever. They were a client of mine. And they were like, Ed, I've been clean for the past 2 years. Since we stopped our counseling sessions, right? Something clicked in me, and I started bettering myself. I have a job now. I'm trying to get a house, like an actual house for me and my kids. I'm doing so many things, and just tears in her eyes and being like, I have started to better myself. Having those moments of like, all I did was listen. This was you putting in the hard work. This was not me. This was you going through those moments of change. You, like, all I did was listen and be that ear for this person and just ask them some questions from time to time. Makes it, yeah. Whew. Whew. It makes it all worth it. It reminds me why like listening to people and being empathetic is extremely powerful for some people. But yeah, man, seeing them there. Hold on, I'll back it up. Seeing them there, seeing them better themselves, seeing them be sober, seeing them be there for their kids, doing all of this stuff. I'm just like, you're in the right path, and it's beautiful to see someone who at the very beginning was like, I'll never change, to now like where they are, and I don't know, man. It's a good feeling. It always is. Right. What's up, Rahab? How you doing? Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, Rahab. Oh. Oh no! Way to give us a backstory. Oh, so have legends about them, but they mean something to them. Yeah. God. Oh. Oh, bro, Trump, try not to cry now. Oh, you go back in there. Do you go back in there? You do not come out. Oh, Himmel is him, bro. Like, I think that's the element about this show that like keeps being brought up, right? It keeps solidifying itself. That's like it's the moments that we cherish, the small moments for somebody else that can have a huge ripple, that can have a huge effect. The anime sells its message. It really does, Seashell. It really fucking does. And that's. Uh, I am so fucking happy to be watching this show. Like, and the beauty that it has. Because it's like one of those series that, like, you can take apart and be like, hey, I know you're going through some stuff. And I know you've been wanting to, do, like, talk about some things. Like, oh, oh, he's still the hero. He's still the hero. Oh, chat. Next 1,000 years. Next 1,000 years. Ooh, she's so fucking salty, bro. God damn, brother. Petty much. Come back in 1,000 years. Will you guys even exist in 1,000 years? I know she got fucking banned, bro. Proof that maturity is just not a number. The Magic Association stops fucking existing 100 years from now. Fucking rebrands. Oh, dude. All they have to do is fucking like Siri just put Siri on fucking Twitter, bro. At that point in time, anyone would fucking want to account her. Their privileges. Frieren, Frieren, you do realize that like you're stronger than like a majority. You're like you're way up there, right? In this era. Aw. Mm. She's always been like that. God. 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 Damn, brother. Mm. Ooh. You really gonna try that, brother? You really gonna try that, brother? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, oh. Bro pulled out a Glock, brother. Siri goaded him into it, obviously. But my big thing through this though is no, I'm not talking about you, Siri. Shut the. Hold on. Sorry, it's Siri fucking no off. There we go. Okay. It turned on, brother. All right, let's just watch it. I'm done. I'm done fucking around with technology. Hmm. After you shoot. Ah, ah, Frieren. Frieren. It's gonna be a fucking waste of time. Get some fucking blast burn heal for that fucking burn, brother. Let them cook. True. Oh. Mm. But how can you expect her to reach her heights if do humans even have the same? Wow. The level of expectations that she has on other people. Soon that a mother. I know. And we have a limited lifespan. And we have all of these concepts and these things like that would affect us with limited lifespans. That like the tragedy of elf human relationships. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Oh. Oh. Soon that is oh dude, she's oh, she just struggles to communicate her feelings and wants you to just read her mind and think your own thoughts and, automatically make that assumption. She really does need to read the grimoire of, hey, basic function of communication. How to tell people that you like them. Uh, she really does, brother. Oh, God. Well, I mean, how can you realize what love is if you don't like truly comprehend that concept, right? If for you is love, she does need therapy, and that's sort of what I'm conceptualizing is like, would she even truly like understand and truly conceptualize what love is, or for her, like Can she even distinguish what liking is? Or is everything just like, makes me feel good or bad, in very simplistic kid like terms because it's a safety mechanism? Because the moment that we start describing our feelings is the moment that we start getting attached. And the moments that I start saying, hey, I like you, and now you've hurt me, I'm letting you into a deeper, more vulnerable state. Man, what a fucking finale. Imagine the amount of therapy she needs to fix thousands of years of bad habits. Oh. Oh. My dude just had to come back. He just had to come back for the finale. He's not even fully. Oh, my back. He's not even fully giving full fucking. The Alzheimer's, man. Oh. Oh. Remind you of someone? Siri must have been pissed. If she asked for a fucking useless spell, I can imagine her being like, fuck it, you're a fucking Frieren student. The laundry spell. Fucking dying, dude. That's hilarious. That is so fucking hilarious. Frieden's your favorite spell. The laundry spell. Oh shit! One last fucking to Terry on her way out. That's so good. That's. The greatest fuck you, the greatest fuck you that Frieren could have done was teach Fern. Because then Fern going in and asking for this spell. Oh, dude, I can't even imagine. I can totally see fucking like Siri just like, ah. That is so good, but honestly, fucking amazing to see just their relationship. I love them together. They're so good. And she's one of the greatest magicians of this age. Oh, man. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, oh, friends. Let's be honest here, though. Like, straight up, let's be honest. Would you guys have invited them to join your party or no? Comfy bite. Don't throw me. Don't throw it out there. No, you guys would not have invited them to join your party. Dang. Maybe. Maybe. No, they got to get their shit in order first. I think for them to learn maybe a lot more of like how to get along or like the aspects of like what battle truly is or whatnot. Yeah. Only if I was planning to. Hear me out. meat shields. Dude, I'm like, the way you think, Evil Ed style, I fucking love it. They have their own, yeah, they have their own past to follow. Well, we all do, right? But sometimes we gather together in friends or in groups and whatnot in order to deal with some of the difficulties that life may throw our way and to learn and grow and whatnot. But they also they have a lot of like individual groups or individual growth to go through and group growth to go through. Sorry, guys. Oof. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't. I was, I was waiting. Oh God! What the fuck, guy? I'm trying so hard to stay composed. Oh, till next time. I know. The journey to the end continues. Oh, it'd be embarrassing when the anime meets again. Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful fucking just show. Honestly, what a absolutely like amazing journey that we've been on. And those of you guys that were here earlier, you guys know my uncle passed away this week, and just everything compiled. Yeah, this song always gets me to release a little something, and just this ending and this everything all together. Just oh man, oof, oof. Way to take us through a journey, Frieden, in a way to conceptualize and allow us the opportunity to talk about grief and aspects of what is the journey, what is our own journey. I hope season two comes soon. I hope that season two comes sooner than expected, because this is one of the few shows where I can we can scream and we can highlight and we can yell over and over again for people to watch, for people to go through, because oh fuck, dude, yeah, it hits like a truck, and it hits with like a lot of your own interpersonal stories out of whatever you've gone through, out of whatever journey that you've gone. And if you're taking the steps forward, oh, phenomenal fucking show. This is in my fucking legendary rare series easily, easily, by the amount of lessons that we've learned, the journey that we've been through, and just yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys for coming in tonight, talking about Frieren, watching this finale together. I hope you guys are all right. I hope you guys are okay. Whew. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I leave a comment, like, subscribe. It helps the algorithm a ton.